Welcome back, guys, to our chess game at lichess.org. So, I will be showcasing today one of the rare defense in chess. So, this is what they call rat defense. It's an English rat, and it's an irregular queen pawns chess game opening characterized by initial moves of d4, then d6. So, this is the queen pawns game. Then the white will play c4, similar to the English, and this is what they call already an old Indian defense, the d6, because this is transposed to d6. Usually, the Indian defense are more on fenching the bishop and moving little square. For example, g6, d6, b6. Those are all Indian defense. And after c4, the black will play e5. Oops, too fast. E5, and now we are on the territory of the rat defense, the English rat. So, uh, the lines and or the English rat has been played by top players such as Aronian, Anand, Sivler, Rapport, and Smirin. Uh, Vishianan is a world champion. Then he got dethroned by Magnus Carlsen. And now Magnus Carlsen is the reigning world champion. And this English rat or rat defense, there are two main lines. One is the Lisbon Gambit, and the other one is the Pounds Gambit. So in here, the games further played on via exchanging the pawn on d to e. So that's the pawn takes e5, and I take back the pawn on d takes e5, and this is total and equal game. As you can see, the engine suggested that it's zero, so it's total equality. By the way, my enemy here is Chimera. He is from Russia, and he has very good rating, 2,267, and the bullet is 2,105. I think he is a speedy player. While I'm 2,346, and my bullet is not that much. I'm too slow. So here we have the queen exchange variation. So we exchanges queen, and there's a lot of top games as you can see in the database engine. This has been play a lot. This could be your arsenal, your secret weapon, your secret recipe, or repertoire on your game. So here I take the queen with my king, and here he played oops g3, and here I think I played knight c6, and there's no more database game on engine based on the knight c6 move. I don't think it was a good move either because the engine here suggested bishop bishop e6, and there have been a lot of game on this one. So the no the most popular move is bishop e6 based on the engine, and it can go with the knight f3. Yeah, and I think that's the last engine suggested, but it doesn't have any historical games based on the engine. But I played here knight c6, okay, and he played here knight, not knight, but bishop g2, So just penetrating the bishop. Here I'm seeing an opportunity here because I can jump here and I can jump on. I'm making a threat on the c2 pawn, so I can jump on d4 and going to c2. So that's what I did. I placed my knight there, planning to go to c2 square and have a double check with the king and the rook. So I can win a piece. Here you go for king d1, and I think what I played here, I played knight f6. Actually, guys, this is a short game because there's an the enemy got blundered part of the game. Some part of the game he got blundered here. So I go knight f6. He go e3, and I think I moved back my knight on c6, but he did have some issue with that because he just exchanged it. I don't think it's a good idea to exchange your beautiful bishop with the lousy knight on c6, right? Because if you have this diagonal on the center, you're quite strong on that one already. Here I took it with my pawn at b6. So that's b takes c6. And here you go for knight f3, which is a bad move because, as you can see, there is a pin, a possible pin on g4, in which I did played. And here it's totally over because the evaluation of the engine is -7. So this is almost a queen, and then it's totally over. This is a winning position. So here he could have played king, and the game could go equal, or the game could go to further go to bishop f4, and then he could play this one, the knight f3, or maybe in the future he could play the h6 just to get out, just to prepare the incoming bishop g4 square. So I could play here. I can continue with knight knight d7. So just preparing, just defending the e5 square. So and he could play h6 as I discussed, and I could play here f6 just to prepare. If I jump my knight on d7, the pawn on e5 is defended by my f6 square. So that's the purpose of the f6 square. Then he can play g4, just threatening my bishop, and I can move my bishop on e6, and he could play uh, b3. Actually, this is a good position for black, but I'm not really sure if these two two pawns are very good because these are weak pawn double pawns, and he has a very good bishop on b2 possibly. Here it could push. I could push my pawn at a pawn to a5, and then he could have this beautiful square at b2. So I think this could be this game could be a good game if he didn't miss the blunder on the pin pieces. And if we go further, I can push my pawn here. He can play knight c3, and and the variation can go on and go on until it reaches equality, because I don't think this one is winning for I mean for chess. If it's totally all good moves or all natural normal moves, it is definitely a drawish position. But I think after that one, the knight f3 make him suffer, because after, if the evaluation is negative zero point 0.7, and he pushed the knight f3 and went and shoot up to negative 6.8, almost 7, then it is totally over. And then I just take the opportunity to pin the knight on f3, via this square bishop g4, and he can defend this, but it's totally piece down. He can defend this with, for example, bishop g4, knight d2. This is already a piece down. So e4, I think he could still play this one, but this is already a piece down. So this is not good to play. This is so painful to play. And then the engine suggested that I should move my king at this square, maybe preparing to b7 square, c8 square to b7 square, just preparing to hide the king from the center and develop the other pieces. For example, you can play h6. I can bring back my bishop there. You can b3. He can fencito the bishop here. I can move my knight here, and he can fencito. And yeah, I think I can push my pawn here, and this totally mm, still a winning position for black. But let's go back to our game. So I think after the bishop g4, after the one piece, after the pin, he moved his. I think he defended with knight d2. So after that, I think I push my pawn here, and then when I push my pawn there, and he played h3, then I can take the. He is threatening my bishop here, and if I take this with my pawn, he can just take take back the piece by this pawn, and this is an equal game. So my advantage is lost. So I didn't do that. Instead, I played with taking the knight with my bishop, and he is forced to take that because it's double check with the rook and the king. So he is forced to take that with the knight, and I take the knight with my pawn. And after this game, I think he resigned because he don't want to take more further stress or pain playing this game. So I think that's your game for the English rat. So this is the rat defense, the English rat at lichess.org. Yours truly, Darchayate. My username for the lichess.org. And thank you for watching, and have a good one, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.